Okay. Good morning. This is Prophet Rawanawabi. And I just want to come here, broadcast, and give you something that was on my mind concerning our enemies. Some of the things that we say about our enemies that can really get us in a lot of trouble and have gotten us into a lot of trouble. And this is the notion of good white people. But I'm just using white people as a template. I'm using white people as a template. And let me tell you what I mean when I say white people. When I say white people, I'm not limited to people that have a melanin deficiency. I'm not limiting it to that. When I say white people, I'm talking about the predominant group of people that run the whole earth. They are right now the most powerful gods of the earth. And when I say that, I mean rulers, judges, bankers, professors, educators, arms contractors, and the holder of arms. So when I talk about them the in terms of being the gods of the earth, I'm talking about it in that context. Okay. Now, when I say white people, I don't really think the same way that most Israelites think. I don't. When I say white people, I'm not just talking about people that just have a deficiency of melanin in their skin. I'm talking about even black people who are pro white people ruling over us as gods. I look at those both groups as, guess what? White people. I look at those people as white people. I look at black people that are coons as pro-white people. And I look at black people that are pro-white people establishment. I look at them as hardcore white supremacists as well. I look at them in the same light. They are our enemies. I don't care if they are Baptist, Pentecostal, Seventh-day Adventists, Hebrew Israelites, Nuwabians, Egyptologists, Nation of Islam. Because one thing I know about a lot of Black power people, a lot of Black power people are pro white establishment. They are to the core more than many Caucasian people are who actually benefit from it. It's bad, y'all. So let me say it this way, because some of you've heard me speak this way, but you heard me speak this way in another fashion. A lot of Black people or Israelites, whether they know it or not, a lot of our people are pro white mommy, white daddy. They are Esau in the spirit. Even though their bloodline might go all the way back to Abraham. They are, this is something that Hebrew Israelites really don't get, especially the One West camps, because that's why you always hear them talk about skin tone. You never hear them talk about brain tone, mind tone. You don't hear them talk about that. It's all about skin tone. Good morning, baby. How you doing? And so this is how you know that a lot of this Hebrew Israelite jargon is really dangerous, because they will accept you in their groups if you got the skin tone. But if your mind is white supremacy, they'll say, "Ah, well, we'll give you a pass and we'll work with you." No, that's very dangerous. That's very dangerous. And this is one reason why I would never join a One West camp. I would never do it. Because as long as you have Jacob's skin tone, they'll let you in. But if you have Esau's mind tone, they'll ignore that. Guess which one is more dangerous? Guess which one is more dangerous? See, that's the okey doke of Satan. That's the okey doke of Satan. I'm not going to let him do that to me. I'm not going to let him do that to me just because you got brown skin. I know a couple that have really, really, really dark skin. They hate black people. And guess what they have also done? They have murders under their belt of black people only, exclusively. They have murders under their belt, at least 4 or 5 murders under their belt of their own people. And guess what? Everybody loves them. I've been knowing them my whole life. They don't like black people. They really don't. Even though they are exclusively around black people, they really don't like black people. Soon as they got a come up, guess who they started sharing it with? The vast bulk of their come up money. Guess who they started sharing it with? White people. And these people are dark skinned. They hate black people and they hate their dark skin. But they can't do nothing about that. So they say, you know what? I'm just going to help out white mommy and white daddy for the rest of my life. I want to put their kids through school for the rest of my life. I'm going to serve white mommy and daddy until I die. See, a lot of us as Israelites, we really don't understand the diabolical nuances of white supremacy. Most black people, so-called black people, most so-called black people have white supremacists in their family and don't even know it. And the reason why, because they look like them. They got the same skin tone. They might be even darker. And we can't detect them. Why? Because we was raised with them. Why? Because they black. Why? Because they talk some black jargon, black power jargon every now and then. So that throws us off. That short circuits our brain. A lot of us are not intelligent enough to transcend the okie doke. We're not. That's why a lot of times you'll hear our people say, but it's some good white people. Oh, okay, let's unpack that. Let's unpack that. There are good white people. Okay, let's talk about. That's like saying that there are good white people is like saying this. Somebody, a white person, a whole pack of white people come invade your home. And then one doesn't hit you in the face, but the rest of them do. And then guess what you say? They came into your house, they pillaged your house, raped everybody in your family, you and your wife. But there's one that didn't do that. And you say, see, there's some good white people. Y'all, that's not good white people. How can there be good white people and we're still in captivity? But none of the good white people are doing anything to free you. None of the good white people are doing anything to say, hey, y'all Israelites, God, you're God's chosen people above all people on the face of the earth. Do you know that? Where are those good white people? Where are the good white people who, when there are murder trials, when we've just been shot in the street by wicked cops, why they're never on juries? Why are they never on juries? Why are they never judges, federal judges in our favor? Why is that? I'm going to tell you why. They're not good white people, y'all. If they're good white people, see what I'm trying to tell you, I'm not saying that there are no Caucasian people that have never showed kindness to you. I'm not saying that. But in the grand scheme of things, there are no good white people. And when I say white people, I'm not just talking about Caucasians. A lot of our people don't have a mind to even get out of captivity. So it's even very few good Israelite people. As long as we can get our check on Friday or at the first of the month or our Section 8, we don't care about being under the thumb of white mommy and white daddy. Those people are our enemies as well. They are enemies as well. Especially after they wake up, whatever that means. Wake up to the consciousness that you're an Israelite. Just because you are in slavery and you work right next to Caucasian people who like running their fingers through your hair without permission, that don't mean that they're good white people, y'all. Just because you're on a job with good white people and they brag about all the benefits and privileges they get as white people and they tell you about it, that don't mean that they're good white people. That don't mean that. Now I want to give you a good example of a good white person. John Brown. John Brown was a Caucasian man that killed white supremacists in the time of Frederick Douglass. Now that was a good white person, singular. But I wouldn't say that they're good white people just because he did that. I wouldn't even say that. That's a gray herring. That's an exception to the rule. If there are good white people, where are the white nationalist groups that fight for Black nationalism? Where are they? Where are they at? Where are they at, though? That's what I want to know. Where are they at? Where are all the white people that fight for Black superiority, not equality? No. Black equality is an okie doke. No. Why is there no white groups that are dedicated for fighting for Black superiority? Or Black supremacy? Why is there no group like that? I'm going to tell you why. because they're fighting for white superiority and black equality. And black equality is just a okie doke, y'all. There are no black white people that are fighting. Let me say it this way. There are no white groups fighting for black equality. Really, they're not. They're not. Why hasn't a war broken out? Not even the Civil War was fought because of that. So I think we need to really think about when we say there are good white people. You can't have good white people, y'all, when you're in their captivity. You're slaves in their society. But oh no, I remember there was a white guy and my car broke down and he came and no, stop, y'all. The whole history of this country was in favor of the white man that helped you on the side of the road when your car broke down. It was just convenient for him. I wouldn't say he's necessarily good at all. He's not going to fight against white supremacy. Yeah, he might help you with your car. He might buy you a brand new car. But I wouldn't say that there's good white people just because they bought you a brand new car, just because they give you Link, just because they give you Section 8, just because they give you a job, just because they make you CEO, just because they make you a billionaire. I wouldn't say that they're good white people just because of that. When you are a slave in their society, I wouldn't say that. So I just wanted to come on here and enunciate the refinement of what I think a good white person is. Are you willing to die? Good morning, son. Are you willing to die because we are still slaves? Well, you're not a really good white person. You're really not good. Are you ready to get under us and bow down and worship under us? Well, you're not really a good white person. It's just convenient for you to help us, to show some kindness. It's just convenient. It's just a token. That's it. The world belongs to us. And you do a kind deed since we're in captivity. Let's go to Sirach or Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 10. Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 10. If I can find it. Hold on a second. You're negotiating with a group of people that want to make sure that you don't know ever wake up to who you are. That's your enemy, y'all. That's why they always are fighting for equal rights. They know we above them. The elites, they know we really above everybody else. That's why they always fight for equal rights and talk about and taunt us with equal rights, because they know we above. They know we're supposed to be above, because we don't act like we're above nothing. Unfortunately. Let me see. I can't find that. Ecclesiastes 12:10, I believe. Let me see. Where's my apocrypha at? My hardcover. Oh boy. Trust not thine enemy. For just as copper erodes, so they be very careful about what good white people are. Are they willing to die for us? Are they willing to get under us and worship? Where those good white people at? Where those good white organizations where they get under black people and worship under us? And they bless us with their resources, their wealth, their time, their children, their homes, their benefits, their privileges. Where are those white people at? Well, as far as I'm concerned, there are no good white people per se. There are really no good white people. If there were good white people, there would be good white organizations that would be doing and promoting exactly what the Bible is. Where are the good white organizations that's promoting that black people are the those white people at? Well, okay, well, where they at though? Just because a white person you work with rub their hand through your hair don't mean that there's good white people. The bar for what good white people should be got to be very high. Very high. Way higher than, well, yeah, that's good white people because the police pulled me over and guess what? He didn't kill me. No, that's not good white people. They didn't rape me. No, that don't count. They gave me a job. No, that don't count. Somebody give you a job after they slaved you for 400 years. The very company that's giving you a job, their ancestors benefited off the slavery, and you happy they gave you a job and finally paying you after 400 years? That's not good white people. They supposed to give you the company and start working under you, train you to run the company and then work under you. So where are those white people? Where are those white organizations, white companies? No, y'all, it's no good white people. It's barely any good Israelites, according to the Bible. So just like the bar is real high for good white people, the bar is real high for good righteous Israelites. It's hardly any of those. So how there's going to be good white people and there's hardly any good Israelites? That don't make sense. We don't even know what a good Israelite even is. The bar is too low even for that. Don't ever trust your enemy, for just as copper corrodes, so their wickedness does as well. I want to read another scripture too. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 2, I think. Deuteronomy 7:2. Verse 1. When Yahuwah thy Elohim shall bring thee into the land, the land whether thou goest to possess it, and have chased out many nations before thee, the Hittites, the Gerasites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when Yahuwah thy Elohim shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt not make no covenants with them, nor show mercy unto them. The Bible says, don't show mercy to these nations. None of them. They're evil and wicked. Don't even show mercy to them. So when the Bible says, forgive your enemies, it's not talking about these people. It said, don't show mercy to them. It said, don't show mercy to them. So we have to be very careful. I'm not saying that you never help a Caucasian person out. I'm not saying that. I'm saying these nations, you're not merciful to their nations. You might find an individual that you just do good and show kindness to. That's okay, but not to their nation. You don't go into an alliance with their nation, a covenant with their nations. You don't. But remember, again, we're in captivity, okay? So we're in their territory. So we got to survive in this captivity. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with showing kindness to an individual of another nation. I'm not saying that. And just because y'all have a friendly rapport with each other, don't transpose that idea onto their nation and start saying, you know what, it's a good white people. No, 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 no. Because that same Caucasian person that you have a cordial rapport with, guess what? If they was on a jury, they're gonna give you the death penalty. If it's between you and a white cop, a wicked cop that's KKK, they're gonna give you the death penalty. So in that context, yeah, they're really no good white people. They're really not. It's negligible. The amount of good white people that exist is negligible, y'all. It don't mean nothing when it comes to our captivity as a group of people that's still in slavery. It don't mean anything. These hollow gestures, they really don't mean anything. Now, I know our people are not going to be able to, and I want to, the reason why I did this, because I have said, you know what? I have said stuff like this, and I have to really think about this more critically. Some white people have treated me better than black people. Don't say that. You're in captivity, y'all. Don't say that. Don't say that again. White people treated me better than some black people. Stay away from that kind of coon. That's some coon talk. And I have said things like that before. Just stay away from that. We are slaves here, and none of those good people, good white people, you think, guess what? None of them is promoting you getting out of captivity. Not one of them. They are not a part of any group of white people that's talking about you getting out of captivity and they getting under you in worship. Not one of them. So when you talk about good white people, when you say stuff like, there are some white people that treated me better than black folk, stop all that talk. That's bowline coon talk. Stay away from that. You are in captivity, you're a slave, and you're still being punished by these demons. Just stay away from that. That's a slippery slope. Just because they like running their fingers through your hair at work without permission, it don't mean that there's some good white people. They still don't want you living next door to them. They still don't want you driving cars better than them. They still don't want you getting paid more than them. They still don't want you swimming next to them in a swimming pool. They still don't want to see you flossing in their society. So they're really no good white people. All right. But anyway, that's all I wanted to share with you all today. You all have a wonderful day, a beautiful week. This is Prophet Rawanawa. What was it on? This is Prophet Rawanawa be signing out and saying shalom. All right. Let me get out of here. Go wash my face.